Terrify. Every topic scary, we can lead the bravest paralyzed. Hope you're not at home alone. Better keep the lights on. But if you love adrenaline, then welcome to the fright zone. Billy is the leader, the visionary dreamer. Gerard got the joke, scaredy cat the screamer. You gon' get this work if you scared, go to church. This podcast is scariest, you heard it here first.
And he said that to me because I was like, I'm just excited that Jeepers Creepers is here. You know, I want to see the character again. But when because he's a huge lover of Jeepers Creepers.
Yeah, that's scary. Yeah, that's scary. Yeah, that's scary. Yeah, that's scary.
Yo, what's up, everyone, and welcome to Yep, That's Scary. I'm your host, Willie May, and this is your number one Halloween and horror and haunted house podcast. We got a good show for you today. Okay, so because of hate is the scariest of all. And in the wake of Pride and Juneteenth, Yep, That's Scary thought it was perfect timing to chat about Hunters Against Hate and an interview with Paul Lanner. Hunters Against Hate is a nationally recognized 501c3 nonprofit organization by the IRS to benefit the LGBTQ youth organization across the United States. And they are making change. All right, guys, so let me bring in my co-host, Gerard. What's up, bro?
What's up, Willie? How you been?
I've been good, bro. I literally was in the studio all day today working on the show. Oh, there you go, bro. There's your little cue. How's it going, man? How are you?
You know, a little tired, like I normally am every other weekend. Yeah, you know. It like staggers. Like one show, I feel like, man, come on, let's do what's happening. The next show, it's like I'm feeling good. You know, I actually slept. You know, so it's one of those tired episodes. You know.
Yep. But you know what? We still got the energy to keep going.
Oh, absolutely.
Haunt season is around the corner. It is summertime. And we got a good show. We even got Paul Lanner in the studio right now, just chilling, having a good time. He's looking stylish with his glasses on. So we're gonna do a good show today because we got a lot to talk about. Yeah.
And not to mention, we're talking about something kind of passionate about. It's about anti-bullying and being with somebody who's going to need some help. You know, I'm all for it. I can't stand a bully. You know, they're just, you know, I ain't trying to cuss it in the first few minutes of a show.
Oh, please don't. But like the thing is, you know, there's so much going on in the world today, and mental healthness is really a cue to make sure that we are in a positive outlook. And we forget about it, you know, with the day-to-day also with social media. And it's good to know, like, hey, we have checks and balances in our life to make sure that we are doing good, and we know we're doing good. And we're human beings, and we need to start acting like such. Okay, so because of that, I want to jump into our current events because we got a lot to talk about. All right, here we go. Uh-oh. This is What in the Hell. Let's do it. Okay, bro. So there's a lot going on in the world. We know it is. And I did some current events. So look, we haven't had a chance to talk about the submarine because the last show we canceled. And I wanted to talk about the submarine. So first of all, I asked, my dad's in the Navy, and I asked him, like, I asked him, why would this employ it? Like, what's going on? And I feel like the world kind of nitpicked at the situation and made it funny to laugh at, even though people have lost their lives, because I think no matter how much money you have, a situation is a situation, and you can lose your life over it if you don't, like, do the right precautions and whatnot. So I went and digged around and found some fun facts about this submarine. So first of all, I want to say this. A Wendy Rush, who is the late husband Stockton Rush, was on board of the ill-fated Titan submarine. Had relatives who died on the Titanic. She is direct descendant of Isidore and Ida Strauss. The Strausses were among the more than 1,500 people who died when the RMS Titanic struck an iceberg and sank into the Atlantic. During her maiden voyage back in 1912, what a tragic coincidence. This is crazy to see that Stockton's wife is a descendant of people who were on board of the Titanic, and then for him to lose his life trying to find it, or not trying to find it, but to explore it. What are your thoughts on this, bro?
I mean, first, that's a big coincidence right there, being a descendant of that. Titanic is. This Titanic is one of those. It's a tragedy in the U.S. history that happened. It's right up there with the Voyager blimp. It's called a Voyager right there. It's way up there. It's historic. I understand why these people went to go see it, but what I've heard, I don't know. I never met the CEO or nothing, but I hate to speak upon it, but he seemed like a scumbag. He hired a real guy, like a real submarine engineer, whatever it was, and the guy told him, "Hey, this is not working. You cannot do it.
You cannot do it."
Have you seen how deep the Titanic is?
Yes.
Like, I got to see, like, somebody did a graph, like, one of those internet.
That, yeah.
And like they have like a picture of the Empire State Building. Here's the Titanic, and it looks like it's like don't want to sound astronomically. It's like 20,000 feet.
Look at this. Check this out.
We're on a platform right now, about to get inside the submarine. It's getting real. Jeez. I'm a little nervous now, boys. All right. She's out.
All right, there you go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, yo. Hey. All right, we're inside the submarine right now. Got the owner right back there, Stockton. That's the toilet.
Like food bag, a couple.
Hopefully we don't have to use that.
You ever had any water leaking in the truck?
Yes.
Then they'll put a vacuum on.
Yeah.
All right.
There we go. We're sealed. We're in here. All right, we're inside and sealed in the submarine. I'm excited. First time in a submarine. It looks really cool in here too. Stock, I like what you did with the place. Looks cool.
You should see my bonnet.
Yeah. Keep in mind what you're looking at right now is the exact same submersible that imploded and killed 5 people. And also any footage you see of Stockton, of course, you know, he's passed away by now.
Tell them we're at 600 feet.
Titan is ready for dive.
Stockton's like, hold on, everybody. I guess we're about to go head first like this.
Here we go.
Oh, we're going right now? Watch out for the toilet. Oh, we're doing it. Oh my Jesus. We are all upside down right now, you guys. Look at that. We're underwater. So we're officially underwater in a submarine right now. 33 feet, I believe, right? About 10 meters. Yeah.
33 feet.
You ready for unlock, or are we unlocked? Is he saying we are unlocked, or are we ready for unlock?
Yes, say, give him an okay. Give him an in the dome.
So what does that mean?
Looks like
He's going to go pull the mechanical lock, and we're going to see how the pneumatic lock is doing. And there's a chance we'll pop off.
Still no pings from the top side.
Hey, Stockton, what are you using to control the submarine?
A Dreamcast remote control. That's what he was using to control that submarine. So looking at that footage, I wanted to show that because the first thing I was talking to my dad was the front of a submarine shouldn't be screwed together. You know what I mean? You have to have a hatch. So with this engineer or even a guy with money, you would think that they would do some research to make sure that they have the proper information on building such vehicle. But
the guy didn't care. They did. There's lawsuits and statements where the guy was like, he fired and they settled outside of court because he was publicly stating this is not meant to do this. It can't handle the pressures.
Yeah.
You know, what did it have, like five failed attempts, and like, okay, cool, that's good enough.
Let's do it.
And right? the Dreamcast controller doesn't matter. You know, there is multi-million-dollar military equipment that is ran off of Xbox remotes. You know, I don't mind
True, but
it. Should have. I would have been plugged in though. I would have not done the Bluetooth bullshit. It would have been plugged in.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Because I don't know how Bluetooth works 20,000 feet below.
That's right. You better preach, boy. All right. So the next topic of discussion here is the actual clown doll from the Poltergeist just sold for over $650,000, bro. Can you believe that? So Prop Store, one of the world's leading film and TV memorabilia company, just kickstarted a new memorabilia auction this week that was loaded with horror props. On Wednesday, June 28th, over 500 rare and iconic pieces from film and TV fetched in excess of $9.7 million. The most high-priced auction item was the original clown doll from 1982 Poltergeist. What do you think about this? What in hell's going on here, bro? That's expensive.
You got too much money. You got too much money.
Right? Well, I don't even know if I would spend that much money on a doll. Like I probably want to do that. You know what I mean?
Well, if that's what you like, this is America for a reason. You can buy what you want. You know?
I guess. But but 250. Oh my gosh! When I saw that price tag, I was like, oh, this is way too much for a doll. But he could be so rich that's like buying a car to him or something, like a Toyota Corolla. You know, it's like, oh, you know, I'm gonna notice it, but you know, right.
I mean, there are people out there like $650 they can gamble that away and lose and be like, that's
and be okay. And with him, that's okay.
Because I can see this as an investment. I think $650 is what its base price is, overpaying for. This is like, I want it, I don't care. You know, swipe the card.
Prop? Really? Okay. All right. So next we have this is okay. So I'm really excited for this topic. Disney Plus is bringing us a new Goosebumps reboot series, and Disney Plus has given us a new Slappy. What do you think about this, Gerard?
I didn't watch the last Goosebumps movies. Was there 2?
Well, there it was the original one, and then you had Jack Black's movie, right? He had a Slappy in it,
Mm-hmm.
and so this is the new Slappy revision here, and I kind of like it, and I kind of like this poster because it gives you this like scary vibe, and to me, if that poster is doing that, then I think Disney is really going to start scaring the kids on this one. And here at Yep, That's Scary, we love the scary. So I think I'm gonna watch this one. I think I'm gonna check it out and see how it goes because I mean I've been watching Goosebumps when I was a kid. So
That's what I watch. I watch the original ones. I still remember. It was like, what was it? Dad. There's worms in Dad's bed. There's the mask one, and then there's I can't remember which one this one, but the dog ends with his eyes turning yellow at the
yeah, I
end.
know what you're talking about. Yeah. Okay, next topic of subject that I want to talk about is Cocaine Bear. Oh my gosh, let's talk
Okay,
about
I did not do cocaine. That's a legend.
Listen, bro. So no. I want to talk about this because I think it's going a little bit too far. Cocaine Bear is a true story, but it's exaggerated. It's an exaggerated story, but the storyline and plot is so crazy. It is the perfect storm for a feature film. But now we are seeing more and more movie posters of animals on the attack, but on drugs. Seriously, we know we have a source. We know we have a source that have confirmed on Meth Gator, which is a real feature, and we'll tell the story of a gator who puffs on a pipe and is still taking bites. But what do you think about this here, bro? Check this out. What do you think about this one? The crack coon. Do you think this is gonna be a real movie?
Look, we watch these cheesy ass stupid movies for a reason. And when Hollywood does a high budget production of a movie that's easily parodied, it's going to make the parody movies that come out even crazier. When they made Godzilla versus Kong, they had Ape versus Monster. Hollywood did Cocaine Bear. Now they're like Crack Coon, Meth Gator. It's going to happen. I saw it coming a mile away.
Okay. So what about this one? The Cocaine Crabs from Outer Space. Come on, bro. They're doing too much. Doing too much.
No, that's a cult classic. I mean, who would have said? Who would have said Killer Clowns from? You know what? Where's the cocaine clowns from outer space? Okay, where's those?
It's never been done because clowns don't do cocaine. We don't. You know what I mean? Like they're from space. Every clown's from space. You know this.
What clowns don't do cocaine?
I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just trying not to taint my mind because it is my favorite clown and Killer Clowns, and I just can't imagine them doing cocaine.
You know what? I would love to see that. If you hire a clown for your child's birthday party, if you have to make them pass a drug test, state you are not getting a clown. Okay, I'm just gonna be honest.
True that. Then it really dawned on me. I wanted to create my own like crack cocaine poster. So what I did was I went to AI to create the gremlins. I tried to find my own critter and put them on drugs. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do the gremlins, and I went onto AI and typed in gremlins on drugs or whatever. I did it a couple of times and I did different variations of it, and then this is what I got. Take a look at it. This is what AI did. Bro, I am so mad at that. What is this? This was the best.
You don't know how to use AI yet,
bro. No. It's not me. Okay, it's not the user. It is literally AI saying that they are not ready. They're not ready. Look, AI is intelligent. It's learning by mistakes. That's how they're going to get better. And so this is what they gave me. And then after 100 variations that I did with AI, and I paid for it, which I was pissed off to get this, I realized I'm stupid. Like gremlins already look like they're on crack. So what am I doing? So yeah, other than Gizmo, I was like, this is ridiculous.
Why does he have chicken feet?
I don't even know. He has frog feet, and then there's pills on the by his feet. I mean, I saw syringes and pills in cartoon form. It was crazy. Thank you, AI. All right, and it's happy summer. Happy summer, everybody. Woo! All right, man. It is summertime, dude. And the weather is over here in Georgia is crazy. It's bipolar. I can feel it. And I mean, I post that meme where, coming into the house from outside hot, and it is hot here, bro. Let's see who's here. Hey, Molly Zombies, good to see you. How are you guys? Okay, so I got horror news in a minute. We got all this information before we can get to Paul here, but um, I wanted to tell you something.
What you want to tell me?
We got some special announcements to be making, and I think today is going to be the show that we're going to make it. We want to do something really cool for our guests, for our viewers, and I think we're going to announce that. You think I should announce it on this show on today? You think it would be worth the squeeze?
I mean, I'm down to announce whatever we think we want to announce, so let's do it.
Okay, because I feel like there's some great things in the works for Yep, That's Scary, and I'm just excited. I'm excited for the future. I'm excited for what we got. So I'm gonna go ahead with. I got your permission. I'm gonna go ahead and announce a big treat for our followers and supporters on today's show.
What did I give you permission for?
I mean, you don't have to give me permission for nothing, but I just want to make sure I'm in agreement. You know what I mean? It's teamwork makes the dream work. All right, let's go. Well. I feel like there's going to be a lot of videos for this show. Okay, so we got horror news in a minute. And this is what's going on in our industry of horror. Okay, with the new Blade Runner Amazon series on the horizon, Annapurna Interactive has gotten in on the fun with the announcement of Blade Runner 2033 Labyrinth. The first new video game is set in the Blade Runner's universe in 25 years apart from Night Drive's remaster of Westwood's Blade Runner. Per Video Game Chronicles, the new title will be the first game to be developed by Annapurna's on internal studios, and will be directed by what remains of Edith Finch and director Chelsea Hash. You guys check out this video.
Lots of people lost things in the blackout. I was lucky. I just lost a job. But now, they want me back. Through the pieces, being someone else, in places that no longer exist. That's where you'll find me. Search me in the land of the dead.
All right. Okay, so this is a good one. Henry Slikes 229 film Caroline in returning to theaters for 2 days. Oh my gosh, I am messing up all over the place. And theaters for 2 days only on the road of Halloween, courtesy of Phantom Events and Leica and Park Circus. The acclaimed 2009 stop-motion film returned to theaters nationwide on Monday, August 14th at 4 p.m. and 7 o'clock p.m. local time, and Tuesday, August 15th at 7 p.m. local time. In addition to the film, audience will be treated to a new and never-before-seen footage from Leica's archives. Join key members of Leica Creatives and filmmaking team of an up-close and personal return of the world's of Caroline explored through the unique behind-the-scenes stories, key artifacts, puppets, costumes from the stop-motion animated film, and tickets for Caroline are on sale now and can be purchased at phantomevents.com or participating theater box offices. All right. Okay, Evil Dead the musical. We got good news with Evil Dead the musical. The Splatter Zone is going international, you guys. You've been asking for it, and as of today, Evil Dead the musical is available for licensing worldwide. So what does this mean? If you are a theater company who wants to put on the show, you can now license the bloody funniest show of all time. And if you are a fan, then hopefully one of your local theaters can put on the show as well. Apart from a handful of expectations, these rights haven't been available outside of the North America until this moment. But thanks to our new deal with MTI, the entire world is now available for licensing. How do you say "what the fuck was that" in multiple languages? Who knows? But we'll find out together. And that is Evil Dead. And I just want to say this: Evil Dead the musical, and I would say Rocky Horror. That's a good one. And Toxic Avenger. Those are the best horror musicals, and I love them. And they're funny and they're raunchy. And I think there need to be more shows like that. So, Beetlejuice. First of all, I love Beetlejuice so much, so I got really excited for this story. Courtesy of Luna Moon Gothic, we're granted an initial glimpse into the revived setting of Beetlejuice 2, meticulously reconstructed to mirror the memorable town from the original movie. The nostalgic echoes of the first Beetlejuice resounds as we see the familiar surroundings come to life again. It's a feeling I wish could be preserved even after the camera stopped rolling and the director calls cut, with some of these structures left standing as mementos. Let's take a look at these amazing clips that Luna Moon Gothic did for us. Here we go. Check it out. All right, Spirits Halloween. Okay, you guys, Spirits Halloween have been on something recently. They've been dropping these crazy store products like never before. Spirit Halloween has been teasing this year's assortments of new animatronics creations for a couple of weeks now, and the lineup has been revealed and put up for grabs online. The lineup of the new animatronics for Halloween 2023 includes the Crypt Keeper, from Tales from the Crypt, as well as the Leatherface from the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. We're also getting a brand new animatronic based on 1980s Killer Clowns from outer space, with the Killer Clown as Slim joining last year's animatronic clown Shorty. That's going to be a treat. This year's directory of residents also includes the Black Heart, the creepy Rising Doll, Dagger Mike, Darling Dolly, Deathstalker, Eternal Rest, Gordo, Grave Watcher, Heckles, Hellspawn, Little Jack Carver, Poor George, and Stilts. And I think I'm missing like 2 or 3 more. But I'm excited for Spirits. They're killing the game right now. All right. So Gerard and I have been watching this series, but from the horror series currently streaming on MGM Plus has officially been renewed for a 3rd season, which will premiere in 2024. MGM Plus describes from unraveled the mystery of a city in the middle of USA that imprisons everyone who enters. As the resident struggles to maintain a sense of normalcy and seek a way out, they must also survive the threats of surrounding forests. Yes, that's a show that we've been watching, and you guys should check it out. And on today's show, we got Paul Lanner from Hunters Against Hate in the studio, and that is Horror News in a Minute.
Since he was born, Grimace has always had a birthday. And since he's had a birthday, he's always had it at McDonald's. So this June, we're all invited to the party with a special shake to celebrate. Get Grimace's birthday shake when you order his birthday meal only at McDonald's.
I feel like there was a lot there today, but we missed a couple of shows, so we wanted to make sure we stay current with all the horror news that's going on. But Spirit's been killing it, Like I saw their new Ghostbuster pack, bro. I want to spend all my money in Spirits. Have you seen it?
I was thinking the same thing. I mean, that wasn't horror news in a minute. That was horror news in 10 minutes or less.
An hour, yeah.
Man, but I haven't seen the new Ghost Peppers. I haven't seen the new Ghost Peppers yet. No, the Ghostbusters pack yet.
Yeah, you gotta check it out. It's awesome for $89. I think it's a good, decent price as well. And then congratulations for From. From has a renewal. The third season. I mean, what you're on season 2?
I'm done. I'm all caught up.
Oh, you're all caught up.
I'm all caught up. I finished the last episode. I'm not gonna lie, season 2. Like the first 6 episodes, I was like, oh, I'm about to quit this show. And the last 4 episodes picked up. I'm like, thank God it did something because I was about to give up. And of course, watch the show. If I say anything, it's going to ruin some stuff. Just watch the show.
I was going to say, are they still running from these things, these creatures in the forest that comes out at night?
What episode are you on?
I finished 1. He was in a tree. He was in like something here.
You just watch it. You just gotta watch it. Bear with it. Get to the last 4 episodes before you're like, okay.
I finished it. I'm ready for season 2.
That's what I'm talking about. Get for season 2.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, all right. So, and then I wanted to talk about this. So, Gerard, we've been working with Fear Expo Live to do Haunt News in a Minute, and that's been crazy for us. It's been an adventure. We've been making people laugh. We've been telling the story of what's going on in the industry. But we only shared, I think, a couple of episodes on our show. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to now take Haunt News in a Minute and put it into our show to show our audience. Okay? And so this is your episode. Check it out, everybody. Haunt News in a Minute, y'all.
Hello, ghouls and girls. This is Haunt News in a Minute, powered by Yup. That's scary.
What up, y'all? It's Gerard from Yep, That's Scary, and with word on the street with Haunt News in a Minute. New scare zone revealed in Sin City. On the outskirts of the Vegas Strip lies a small town, home to some of the best entertainers to ever live. And now it is overrun by zombies who run rampant through the streets. Try your luck and hope your numbers win, because this is one town you don't want to lose. Grab your tickets now for as low as $37.99 before it's too late. Now's your chance to haunt at Hershey Parks at dark night. RWS is having global scary haunters audition at the city near you. Location auditions are on the poster. Sign up in a city near you at www.rwsglobal.com/auditions-gigs. Experience. Raise your experience. Fruity Pebbles. The cereal itself is limited edition version of the classic Fruity Pebbles with a mix of the fruity flavor that are sure to delight fans of the brand. Roll it back. Fruity Pebbles, Fruity Pebbles, Fruity Pebbles. The cereal itself is a limited edition version of the classic Fruity Pebbles with a mix of the fruity flavors that are sure to delight fans of the brand. The new package and flavor will be available for limited time only, so be sure to grab your boxes while while supply lasts. I would like to inform you that. Oh yeah, this is about the.
2 days later.
Fruity Pebbles. The cereal itself is a limited edition version of the classic Fruity Pebbles with a mix of fruit flavors that we. I can't hear the fan, so I'll leave it on. Fruity Pebbles. Now let's go out to the field with Willie Mae with a Costco and Hunt advisory report. Why can't I get this?
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Willie Mae with Yep, That's Scary, and I'm here with a Haunt Advisory Report. I love going to my favorite stores to actually do some shopping and do some tasting, and that is Costco. So I go to Costco all the time to get the samples because they feel on point. And I sit there with the workers every day, eating their food, smacking in front of their face, talking about the weather, politics, church, Halloween, all that good stuff. That's why I go to Costco. But I don't go to Costco for this. Yes, Costco has their brand new 2023 animatronics. And they look kind of rough. Look at this mummy looking, anorexic mummy looking thing with toilet paper hanging down. You would use toilet paper hanging down from its, yeah. Look at it. The cool thing about this animatronic is that the eyes blink, 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 and they look from left to right. That's cool. But I don't know if this thing's gonna hold up for a whole haunt season. Do you? I don't know. Now look at this wannabe crackhead, it-looking type of thing. That's a clown. Now let me tell you, I love my clown animatronics, but this one looks far-fetched, like an alien versus a clown. Must be from It. I don't know, with a big old 5 head. Go somewhere with that one. Then you got this rockabilly tombstone guitar-looking cool thing that may be singing a song. I don't know about this one either, but come on, Costco. I know. Look. When I go to Costco, the food has been great. The food's been great. The products, the clothes, the underwear, the t-shirts, all that stuff. Good quality. But this one, I don't know. And really put something together to compete against Home Depot and Spirits. Where's Lowe's in their animatronics? I don't know, but this is Willie Mae with the Haunt Advisory Report. Right back to you, Gerard.
Thank you, Willie Mae and Costco, for that report. Thank you, Willie Mae and Costco, for that report. Breaking news. HauntCon will find.
If you like what you have just heard, stalk us now on all our social channels.
Why you do it like that? Why you edit it like that? We'd like to thank our sponsor. You wrote FAR Expo. Fear Expo Live. Fear Expo Live is the newest national haunted attraction industry trade show, bringing together haunters and vendors. They are dedicated to connecting attraction owners with the latest products and services from the industry leading vendors earlier in the year to ensure products are delivered on time and ahead of schedule and at some of the best prices. For more information, you can visit fearexpolive.com. Again, that is fearexpolive.com.
I don't know why you said that when you could just fix it yourself. You have the same controls as me, bro, on the Fear Expo. Just change it. And by the way, you did a great job. I don't care what you think about the edits for Hot News. It's always a struggle with you, and you did a great job. You got through it.
Well, it's definitely a bad struggle because the way I record it is like I'm just recording off the camera, so it won't take my microphone or nothing. So I'm just like, just shoot it.
It's funny. It's telling the news, and you did a great job. So I'm excited for it, and I'm excited that everyone's enjoying Hot News in a minute. So yeah. All right. So what's up? What do we got next on our agenda? We have. Oh, this is you. Let me get out the way.
Is that time for?
Take it or skip it.
Stream it or miss it.
Unseen? Which one is that one? I don't think that's...
Bro, you don't have Unseen?
No.
What? It was on the list. Oh my gosh, really?
No, that was not my list.
Okay, guys. So we're gonna start with the 2. How about that?
Sound good? Just go to the other 2.
Okay, go.
Bird Box, Barcelona, coming out July 14th to Netflix. Bird Box Barcelona is a sequel to the Netflix hit Bird Box. How would you handle this situation where you have to figure out how to live without seeing? Due to something taking over, taking control of them, I'm having a stroke here. Something taking control, due to them taking control of you by looking at them. If I'm honest, I haven't seen this movie, but this trailer has piqued my interest, and let's sit back and watch the Bird Box trailer. Why did I write that?
Those things, they take our fears and they twist them.
¿Lista?
Lista. There's now an alarming spread of incidents into Europe.
Thousands of cases in Spain.
Fabriquen vendas, cualquier manera de taparse los ojos y evitar el contacto visual con estos seres.
Hagas lo que hagas, no los abras.
These creatures are changing.
No tengas miedo, no pasa nada.
¡Correr! ¡Go, go, 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 go!
Yo, how was that one for you?
I'm going to be honest. This is my second time or third time watching this trailer now. It reminds me of The Happening.
Never seen that one.
The Happening, M. Night Shyamalan horror movies, like people start killing themselves for random reasons. And it's the twist, it's the plants or something.
Okay.
I don't. What do you think?
Look,
what is
Bird Box. Bird Box, I enjoyed Bird Box. This was one movie that was out of the box when it comes to the storytelling. You're right. And my family, we loved this movie, the first movie. And so I'm excited to see the second being here. This is a ticket for me. Is it going to movie theaters or is it just being streamed?
Netflix.
Netflix. Yeah. Duh. Yeah, this is a stream it for me. So yes. And I believe my whole family, we have, I have a movie theater in my basement. So we're all going to gather to watch this one. So yes, this is a most definite one for me. What about you, bud?
I think we won't skip it. After I've seen this thing, after I've seen the second trailer, I'm like, starting seeing a lot of correlations with like the Happening.
No, you just watch the first one and then and then kind of get your answer because you haven't seen the first one.
Okay, if the first one, if I join, I'll watch this one.
Yeah, you'll like it. You'll like it. It's a good one. All right.
Insidious, The Red Door, coming out July 7th. The Red Door is the 5th film in the Insidious film series after the family removed the memories of the other place. But just like a blacked out Friday night, just because you can't remember it doesn't mean it never happened. There's a nightmare. The nightmare is real ghosts and not the fact that you spent the whole check at the bar trying to impress the blonde who ended up buying drinks for you for her and her friends all night. And now you're just sitting there trying to sell slightly used boxers off Facebook Marketplace to make rent this month. But that didn't work. So now you can buy my OnlyFans feet pics. But I digress. The film trailer has got me extremely excited for the film. I am ready to sit back and do a marathon of the other 4 films before the 5th. But let's sit back, grab your popcorn and my feet pics for $7.99, and let's take a look at Insidious, The Red Door.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Are you ready?
We're ready to forget the further, once and for all. My brain just been foggy past few years. All I ever wanted was to be a good dad.
Dalton.
Mom. Renee.
Did you ever try and get help?
Nah, I'm just trying to push through.
Why don't you drive Dalton to college? You still have a few weeks before your students show up, right? Just an idea to reconnect. I know it's been tough with you too.
The balance of light and dark is what we're after.
You're in the art school, I take it?
Yeah. You go here too?
Yes.
Draw an experience that defines you.
When I was 10. I was in a coma. But I don't even remember being sick.
Sink deep into your memory and let's see what light can find.
I'm seeing crazy stuff. I think these drawings could be clues from my past.
There's so much you don't know, and I was too scared to tell you the truth.
Our family has been keeping secrets. They suppressed our memories, but I can still feel something following us.
There's only one way to find out. I feel like I'm getting closer to something. Or something's getting closer to me.
When you awaken the dead, the further you travel, the riskier your journey will become.
Wow, that's crazy.
I think I'm remembering the movie wrong, but I swear I thought the dad died.
No, he didn't die.
Is that the other horror movie series? Not Insidious. The Conjuring series.
Yeah, I maybe I don't know.
We binged them all one day. We literally binged I think we did Insidious and The Conjuring in one day or something like that. So that's why maybe I'm getting my movies mixed up.
They're all kind of mushed up together. Listen, I love Insidious. I remember when this movie came out. James Wan is a great creative that I love. I love his work, like Dead Silence. He knows the art of scaring through film. He knows how to use sound to let the sound scare you. And he doesn't rush everything in. He takes his time. I fell in love with Insidious. This is one of my movies that I praise Blumhouse Productions on every day, even working with them. To see that this is a 5th chapter, this is the last one. It's kind of bittersweet for me. I'm just excited. I'm really excited. I'm going to see this. I was invited to the screening too, but I didn't go. But this movie is a ticket for Willie Mae. What about you?
Oh, it's a ticket for me. I'm gonna see if I can find it on 4D.
You gonna see on 4D? I don't think they're doing that.
Oh, it'd be nice. I want to see if they happen to have it.
Go ahead and see, bro. But I mean, you could go to AMC and go to the Double Max or whatever type of theaters. But you want to see in a good theater with good bass, because James Wan and the creatives, what they'll do is they'll put different low frequency bass in some of the movies just to give the rattle, and I love it. I love it all. So Brent Singer said 5D. Yes, 5D. That would be nice if it was 5D. You get some waters doing the blood splatters or whatever, or the killing. But I'm so excited. You know what? We did that really good. I was nervous that we had too much stuff in our show to push back Paul. And look, we got 10 minutes. We're 10 minutes ahead of schedule. So I'm excited. All right. So I'm really pumped to talk about Paul and get him on. That was Ticket or Skip It. Let's see where I'm at right now. Do you have another? Oh, it's you. You have another ad, bro.
Oh, really? Cool. I didn't go down the script more. That's my bad. I do not have the ad in front of me, if I'm honest, so bear with me. Come on, laptop, work with me. I am so sorry.
What do you want me to do?
I'm pulling up the ad if you want to.
Oh, what happened? You want me to read it?
Yeah, you can read it. My laptop is not here. I had the other file pulled up.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'll pull you out. Dang, you so professional. All right, guys, let's do it. Let's pay some bills. Yes, if I can get the right setting. There's only Willie's in the office today. Okay, here we go. Looking to be a part of a community while getting dished Halloween horror and haunt industry happenings? Well, you're in luck. Word on the street is that Yep, That's Scary now has Patreon, accepting like-minded individuals to engage, participate, and have a little fun within our new horror family. Get exclusive content, merch, and messages from the cast. Be invited to some exclusive members-only events and notable horror events. Sign up and become a Patreon member today. Boom, check. All right, so now I'm going to bring back Gerard, and we're going to get to our guests here, and I'm going to go ahead and read his bio. So we have Paul Lanner in the house today, and Paul Lanner is the founder of and the president of Hunters Against Hate, which was formed after negative comments were made about the Orlando Pulse tragedy 7 years ago. HAA attends various conventions and trade shows, has special nights at haunts, and educate about inclusivity and acceptance in the haunt community and beyond. HAH makes everyone feels like they're a part of a family, even if they're not accepted by their own. HAH also has created the Book of Haunters, a series of coffee table books featuring haunters and others in the industry from around the world who tells their stories of how they got into the haunting and how HAH has affected them. Volume 9, which was the second edition of Future Female Haunters, won a national competition and was featured on a billboard this year in Times Square in NYC for a full week. Wow. Paul also was a recipient of the 2022 Haunted Attraction Association Oscars for special achievement in the haunt industry. Wow, that's a big achievement too. For Paul, it's all about making sure everyone feels welcome and accepted with a special focus on LGBTQ youth in particular. All right, guys. Let me introduce the man of the hour. Here is Paul Lanner. What's up?
Hey, how are you?
It's good to see you. You came in
Nice
early.
to see you too.
You're looking good.
Oh, you're very kind. Look, you know what's funny? Remember this page?
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. I have. Okay, so Yes, I do remember it. I have the book. It actually, I left it in my room after I got out the shower because I wanted to grab it, and I realized that I left it. But yes, I want to say this. Thank you so much for doing that book, because
you autograph your page one day.
Okay, I would love to, but like I was so excited that you did something for the for colored people or people with other ethnicity in the industry, and it touched my heart, and it allowed us to represent ourselves in this industry. You know what I mean? And it meant a lot. And so when I purchased that book, I purchased it for the other hunter there, and I sent it to him. And he opened it up and he just cried because we forget who we are in this industry. We love scaring, but we forget who we are and we forget where we come from. And there are some places that I'm not going to name any names, but you try so hard to be seen, heard, or give an idea, and it gets shut down. And it could be for many reasons, right? But I've known some people struggle in our industry, and I love that you are here with your organization to make change, to be a change agent, and to keep constantly reminding people to that hate is the scariest thing, and we don't need to have that. We don't need to have it in our industry. So thank you so much for that.
Well,
and
you and I had an incident with another books.
You know what? I was gonna call you and mention that. Yes, we did. And
we won't go too far into that, but
we're not going to go too far into it. No, we're not going to go far into it. But Gerard, he knows about that incident because he's from that attraction. And
really? Okay.
Yes.
I could finish this rum and give me 3 minutes. I might just say it out loud. I don't care.
Don't just say it. No, we're not, because we're not like that.
No.
Yeah, don't say it out loud because we're not like that. But bless their heart. And I love that you were just, you guys, Paul is someone with character. And even though you might do him dirty to make a point, he still comes with love and kindness. And I appreciate you with that. And it shows me how big of a person you are. And that I was like, you know what? Hunters Against Hate has a great leader. And so I want to say congratulations on having a nonprofit.
Thank you.
Was that a feat?
That's a lot of work.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a big process and lots of paperwork and lots of time.
I remember I think I asked you, I was like, is Hunters Against Hate a nonprofit? And you're like, no. And then I'm like, why not? I'm thinking to myself, why not? But I'm glad you made the proper steps to do it, because then we could give to an organization that's that needs. You've been doing the work, and you have a lot of young people that love what you do and stand for. And it represents them.
An example, and it's with this volume. I was just at a convention, and I'm going to open up to the page because I take all the books with me where I go. And this particular page, this person on this page was at the convention, and they stopped by my booth and they were like, "I'm in your book, in your volume 4." So I was like, "What character?" And they told me the character. And I pretty much have a photographic memory when it comes to characters, people in my books.
Wow.
So I opened right to the page and I said, "This is you." "That's me." Well, you have to autograph it. And he was shocked that I wanted him to autograph my book. He got in tears. And I'm like, why would I not want you to autograph my book? You are an important part of my book. And he was so touched by that. Nice. And I was like, of course you are part of my family. You are in my book. Why would I not want you? Autograph in my book. You're part of my family. And he gave me a sincere hug and signed the book. And he was so touched by that. And I'm like, that's what it's about. That's why there's Hunters Against Hate.
That's right. That's right.
That's what it's about.
It's so funny when I love when you say that, because I kind of think back and go back in my head, like when I got started into doing haunts. I went and I worked at a theme park haunt. I worked at a hayride before, and you could get lost in trying to find your way at a new company or a haunt that you got your regulars and you got your new folk, and you're just trying to fit in, and in that trying to fit in, you get bumps and bruises, And I love about you is you're like, no, you're a part of my family. You don't have to it's not going to be difficult to be a part of it. You don't have to bump your head or get yelled at to be a part of it. You just need to show up, you know. And I love that.
Absolutely. It's like, are you kidding me?
I love that.
Yeah, absolutely. I was like, you are signing my book. You're not leaving my booth without signing my booth. My book. You are part of my book.
Well, I will sign yours, and I will. We just got to meet up somewhere, maybe at a trade show or whatever.
My 2 books.
Yes. I can't believe you remember. Yes, you do have a good memory. Yeah, you do have a good memory. All right, so Paul, tell everyone who might not know, what is Hunter Against Hate and why it was formed.
Well, we won't go into the specific nitty-gritty details. We'll just say that unpleasantry surrounded the formation of Hunters Against Hate about negativity that was said about the Orlando Pulse massacre. We'll leave it at that. And a coalition of influencers came together and they reached out to me to come up with the name of what can we call this thing that we're going to do an open letter on Facebook to this group that said this unpleasantry. So I came up with the name Hunters Against Hate. I created the logo and they created this open letter that they posted. And they were going to let it go at that. And, you know, end of discussion. And I was like, I don't think we should let it go at that. I'm going to take this and I'm going to run with this. And I want to take something that was born out of such negativity and create something good out of it. Let's turn something good out of this. And I didn't know if anything would become of it. Who knew? You know, so I created a website and I created one shirt, one little tiny shirt. And I took it to a trade show, the biggest trade show in the country. And I got my little booth and I had my one t-shirt. So I'm sitting among these massive displays with my little booth and my little t-shirt. And I was doing okay. I was like, okay, you know, people were intrigued. I got the people who walked by the booth and went, you know, and walked past. It's to be expected. It's going to happen.
Right.
But, and here's my story, and this is in my introduction to the first Book of Haunters, Volume 1. This is the story I tell, and this is what I stick by. And I'm not going to cry because it usually makes me cry, but I'm going to.
Hey, don't cry because you're going to make me cry. We can't cry in the beginning.
No, nobody needs to cry, okay? You don't understand what's going in the back of my head, okay?
I guarantee. I am sitting in my booth. This is Sunday morning, the last day of the convention. 10 a.m., floor show opens, it's dead. And this woman goes by, passes my booth in a wheelchair, and just goes past. And I'm like, that's fine. And I'm sitting there, quiet. She goes past my booth again. And I'm like, okay, that's bizarre.
Right.
So I'm looking at my phone, whatever, where I'm like counting stuff. And she comes past again and she stops. And I'm like, are you okay? Can I help you? And she's like, yes, I think you can. She goes, I am here. She goes, I have to get 2 shirts. I'm like, that's fine. I said, what size do you need? She goes, I need a medium and a large. And I'm like, okay. I said, she goes, I have to get one for me and my friend's mother. And I'm like, okay, that's no problem. She goes, my friend, ever since you started Haunters Against Hate and created the Facebook page, just loves your organization so much and what you do and what you stand for. And it's amazing. And he's just so admires it. And he's 19 and loves you. And last week, driving home from work, he was all excited to come see you. And driving home from work, he fell asleep and he died in a car crash. Oh. She goes, and I am here specifically to get a shirt for me and one for his mother to honor you and to honor him.
I think I know what you're talking about the incident. Yep, I heard about it. Yep.
And I lost it. She lost it. And that there told me that I had to pursue Haunters Against Hate. That right there said I had to. And that was it. That was the sign that no matter what, that was my reason for doing this.
Wow. Well, I'm glad that, you know, it takes situations to really get behind and find purpose. And I'm glad you found that. And there's a reason behind it. We're just not doing it for show, right? Nope. There are people that are impacted every day that need to know, even when you don't feel like you don't want to do it.
Right.
You're tired. You know?
And there are days, And there have been instances where I sometimes have felt like saying, I can't do it. I'm because it's taxing, it's tiring, it can be mentally exhausting, but it always seems like there's something that happens along the way every time that will push me forward. Something, whether it's the girl that comes up to me with her family at another show and looks at my booth and walks away, and I run up to her and give her a pin and a patch just because she couldn't buy one or whatever. And I gave her a hug. 6 months later, I get an email from her saying, "You changed my life by making me feel like I'm part of the family. Thank you."
Beautiful.
That's it. That's what does it. That's what makes me realize I've got to keep doing this. Because I just changed this 14-year-old girl's life. That she feels welcome. That she feels like she's not going to take her own life now.
I gotta say this. First, I love the Hunters Against Hate idea and everything except this, because haunted houses, really, you got to understand, it might sound weird to outsiders. It is very important for people. As a small aspect, I was a homeschooler. Haunted houses where I found I had to socialize with people. But another fact, I worked with children who have psychiatric issues. I work in a psychiatric hospital. I work in some of the worst cases you've seen. And a lot of them have these issues. And a lot of them need friends because they don't feel accepted. Let me tell you something. That's one reason I'm so proud about haunted houses, the right ones, is they accept everybody. And it gives them the opportunity. So these kids don't end up going to for where I do for business and what I do for work. So, and that's what they need. And it's loving. You can see it. I've seen it happen personally where these kids actually got to come and see their friends. They make real friends who accept them for who they are. Because especially in the South where I'm at, not everybody's accepted. Let's be quite frank and honest. You know how it is, okay? And it's a sad thing. It's a sad truth. And that's what's beautiful about Hunters Against Hate and just the haunt industry in general. When it's done right, there's a bunch of backwood idiots who don't know how to do it right, don't know how to accept people. Also talk about being a good Christian man, accepting everybody. But, behind closed doors, this ain't the right story. No, I love that. And I appreciate you, Paul, for doing that and calling people out on it, and doing your thing and giving somebody the family they need. Because let me tell you, these kids need families. Young adults need these families. And sometimes it's literally the haunted houses. They're counting down the days to September where they get to go to auditions and they get to go see the friends. Yes. And, maybe it's the first year they finally get that experience. And now next year, like, okay, I'm ready to go talk to these people and have it because I've seen it before. I've seen it happen both in the haunted houses and the psychiatric issues where these kids, a lot of them just needed friends. And sometimes they meet them in the hospital. I'm just giving that's my background, psychiatric issues. I've been working in the psychiatric field for going on 5 years now. So I've seen a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful what you're doing.
It's like 2 years ago, I was at my booth and this dad came up to me and he said, "I bought your volume 5, which was the volume dedicated to LGBTQ haunters." He goes, "I bought it." He goes, "Because I buy your books." He goes, "And my daughter was reading it." And he goes, "Because of that book, it gave her the courage to come out to me."
What?
Crying at my booth and gave me the biggest hug. He goes, "Thank you." He goes, "I've never seen my daughter smile like that." He goes, "She felt empowered because of you." He's crying.
Beautiful.
And it's like, oh my God. It's like, that's what it's about. When I was in Germany last year, and I got home and there was an email and I was there and they were also, they donated via Hunters Against Hate to an LGBT group, but there was this bikers that donated to kids with cancer or whatever. And one of the bikers emailed me and said, "Thank you so much for what you do." He goes, "I am an LGBT biker and I just love what you do." It's like, it was so random, so cool.
That's cool.
It's like, you just never know.
Right, you never know.
Right, exactly. So you never know whose life you're touching or impacting or whatever, and that's what it's about.
So, Paul, out of this negative, we start something that's positive. Then you take your booth to a trade show with with your shirts, and you realize that there is now a purpose and a need here. What's next for Hunters Against Hate? What was the next step with the organization to make this thing work?
Well, I've done 2 events, 2 Haunters Against State events. I actually had 2 events where I've had a couple of celebrities there. I've had booths. I've given out Haunters Against Hate awards. So I've had Haunter of the Year. I've had Legacy Awards. I've had a special in recognition award, like dedicated to a haunter that's passed away, and it honors him and his name. I didn't do it this year because a lot's been going on, so I'll probably return to it next year. So last year, the Haunter of the Year went to a 14-year-old boy who, from the ages between 8 and 11, he ran a home haunt and raised $20,000 for charity.
Wow.
Yes, which is pretty amazing. And his story brought the whole crowd to tears. And the fact that the year before, he came out and he was assaulted by a classmate and ended up in the hospital.
What?
Yes. And I can divulge this because he spoke about this on stage, and he said when he found out that I was giving him this award, it gave him the will to get out of the hospital and be well, to come get the award and accept it on stage.
Oh, man.
Yes.
Oh, man. Look, Paul, your stories is getting to me already, man.
And there's a picture someone took of me giving him the award and us giving each other a hug with tears pouring out of my eyes. Yes.
Okay. So you start the 2 events. Look, I'm trying not to get choked up now. You started the two events to get the word out, to give awards. Is it also a fundraiser?
Yes.
Okay.
So, and with being 501c3 now, it's like that helps with the funds coming in. It helps HAH continue to grow as well. And then still also to be able to donate to these organizations around the United States as well. I still want to be able to help other organizations also, their LGBT youth groups also.
Perfect. So tell me about that, because I believe we had past conversations about this, but tell us about the involvement with the haunts and also a LGBTQ organization that's locally at that haunt. What can we do? What's the partnership?
Haunts will recommend LGBT youth organizations that they know about in the areas that they're at, and I will reach out to them. I'll talk to them and stuff like that. Like, where was it in Nashville? Someone told me about Just Us at the Oasis Center. So I reached out to them. I chatted with them.
Yes.
So I was able to donate a couple of $1,000s to them and got to know them. In fact, the president of that organization even wrote the introduction for one of my books. That's how well we got to know each other and stuff like that. And then I found out about an organization in Orlando and one in Austin. So I wanted to donate a little something to each of them because of all the bullshit that was going on or still going on in Florida and Texas and stuff like that. So that's how I hear about these organizations. People will tell me about them, and I'll do research and reach out to them.
And then and then the haunts will do a fundraiser for themselves.
Well, the way that works is generally what we'll do is they'll do a Haunters Against Hate night. So I'll set up my booth, and they'll give back a portion, like say every admission, like $2 every admission, will come back to Haunters Against Hate. So part of it I will keep for the funding for Haunters Against Hate, so I can keep getting the shirts to be able to go to haunt conventions and stuff. And then other part I'll donate right to the organizations.
That's beautiful, and doing that, you get the name Haunters Against Hate gets out there. It goes
right, and it gives me the opportunity to meet more of these people and more of these haunters, to talk to these haunters, because a lot of these haunters came up to me. I was just at Days of the Dead last Sunday.
Oh,
when I was
okay.
We
talked about it. Yeah.
And this is what happened. It's always a wild card. I was there last Sunday, and I was talking to Judith O'Day from Night of the Living Dead. And she wrote the introduction for my volume 9.
No way.
And she was signing some autographs, and I'm standing there, and this girl comes up to me, and she goes, "Aren't you Paul from Haunters Against Hate?" And I was like, "I am." She goes, "I've waited so long and have been wanting to meet you." She goes, "I am in your volume 3, and I've been wanting to meet you for the longest time. May I give you a hug?"
Beautiful.
And it's like, absolutely. She goes, I'm Riley Rotten from Volume 3. I'm like, yes, you're in one of the last pages. You're from Wisconsin. And she's like, yes, oh my God. And
it's like you have to, all they need to do is say their name, the character name, and you know it. You know exactly where it's at and what page. It's crazy.
Yep. And
awesome.
I was like, next time I see you, I said, you have to autograph your page. And she's like, oh my God, I would love to. And I was like, I have to get another hug from you. And it was one of the most sincere hugs I've ever received from someone. So
that's so cool. That's so cool. So the haunts that are fundraising, they will actually connect with a local LGBTQ youth organization and help fundraise. You also will help, right?
No. Basically, they will give to me, or they will give to me, and I'll ask them if they know of an organization in the area, or say, for example, like it's in Louisville. I will research and find out in Louisville.
Gotcha.
So like, okay, there's Louisville Youth Group. You know, I'll reach out to Louisville Youth Group, which I've done, and donate to Louisville Youth Group and stuff like that. So if it's someplace, let's say where are you in Georgia?
I'm in Georgia. Yeah, I'm like literally 30 minutes out of Atlanta, Georgia.
So I will research Atlanta and find LGBT youth organizations in Atlanta, and do research on them. Or if someone in the Atlanta area knows of a specific one that they really like, I will reach out to them and do it that way.
Right. Now we do hear of bad news or bad apples in our industry. What are some of the things that we can do, or is there programs invented by the HAH where we can, I would say, not reteach or just to remind people how to be, their better selves? Is that something that you aspire to do as well as bringing program to our industry?
What do you mean, like haunts that are not inclusive?
Right. We hear of some stories. Is there more of an extension that Hunters Against Hate will do to kind of re-educate or kind of?
I would, but generally people, those haunts, like I know of some, but generally they won't reach out to me at all. In fact, if anything, I know more about it because they avoid me like the plague. So how do you? So it's like, you know what I mean? It's like I can't access it. It's like defeating the purpose. It's like, how can I access it?
Right.
Well, you can't educate the unwilling. Let's put it that way.
Yes. And I mean, and then have you seen a struggle from our industry with Hunters Against Hate existing?
There are some who can't be bothered. Yeah. And there are some who
that just won't do it.
Right. But I have to say, overall, it's been positive. It really has. I mean, more positive than negative. It really is.
I say that because I know our industry, even though we try to have technology in our entertainment, I feel as though we're so slow in catching up sometimes. Out of all the entertainment industries that's out there, I think we're the last ones sometimes. And it's just, you have haunt owners that, they focus in so much on their business, they're not really taking care of or looking at the people. And so, when I try to lead, I try to be a people's person and try to make sure that my team and my family is okay, because there's so much going on in the world. Do you feel as though mental health is being acknowledged in haunted houses nowadays? Do you think we should talk about it? I think
we should.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Especially, I don't know if you know, but I deal with my own, depression and mental health issues, and I think it needs to be addressed more, especially if people are being bullied, actors are being bullied, because that's very detrimental. And it's very easy to go down that slippery slope of depression and bullying. And it's like, it really does need to be addressed. Because when people get bullied, especially people who are feeling weak about it, they're not going to go to the owners. It's very easy to close off and just vanish.
Right.
They'd sooner quit and disappear than go to the owners, because if the owners are not going to back them, it's going to be even worse for them.
Right. Right.
I really now that I have people that are. It used to be when I was at these conventions, I'd be by myself, 24/7 at the booth. I had no help.
Really?
But now that I'm getting help, I want to reach out to some of these people and say, I'd like to teach a class about this.
Okay, that's exactly what I wanted to hear, because I will help you get you some time.
I think it would be beneficial to sit down and actually, and not like a big massive, but like actually almost like a round table, like
beautiful.
People. It could be a little bigger, because I think a more intimate setting would be beneficial than a big like, hello everyone. No.
And should we challenge haunt owners to like stick up and actually be more involved, more inclusive? Like, what's beyond we've seen? I know Willie and I have seen. I know you have seen. Should we start challenging these haunt owners to be more inclusive? Because like, there's a bunch of BS. I've heard it 100 times before. We love you, every single one of you, except you all, and then behind closed doors. Like, should we try to? Because I'm almost like, man, challenge actors. Ask your haunt owners, do you support Hunters Against Hate? Can we do a Hunters Against Hate night? Or can we do something inclusive like that? Similar to it. Doesn't, because.
But then they could be careful making people defensive, because then they're going to get on their guard and go, now you're being the bully to us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's a fine line. You don't want to be, oh, they're bullying us, because I've heard that once or twice. In fact, I don't know where it was, but someone once said that, like, and it was a lie. I mean, it was a bullshit.
Right. I mean, you can try to use that excuse for many things.
We're being bullied by Hunters Against Hate. It's like bullshit. Yeah. If anyone knows me, I am the furthest thing from a bully. I would never bully anyone. You do you. But especially what happened this past week with the Supreme Court. It's like now people have free reign to, like, discriminate in a way against LGBT people after what just happened.
Yeah, I heard about that.
It's really, really disturbing and frightening what's going on.
When you said, going back to the topic of when you mentioned, hey, let's have I would love to teach a class and have these breakout discussions and breakout room where I could speak. I think it's always good for leaders and people in general to evolve and to educate themselves, to train. You never stop learning, and so it's always good to have a source that can help, or that can bring some value to help someone to understand, hey, look, I need to keep this in mind, because I'm not in the world that I grew up in, or I need to be more inclusive, and I'm just not, because I'm there's a disconnect with me and my team. Mm-hmm. And so it's always good to be reminded that, we work in the day to day of craziness of trying to keep up with the Joneses, and the Joneses don't even exist. Okay. But it's always good to stop, pause, and smell the roses. And the roses could be Hunters Against Hate, where we are reminded about how people feel when they go in. There was a gentleman that's a young hunter who just got in that I mentor, and he's been watching my Scream Team Productions in California for a long, because we were influencers and we didn't know it. And so he came up to me and goes, hey, I want to go work at this haunt in Alabama. I said, go do it, have fun, jump into the family. And he had words with the leader or the manager there, and it literally degraded him so, to the point where he felt like he wasn't even a part of the family because of his skin color. And he said, I'm like, when I go and gather, they will just, either talk about him or shift. And hearing that, it hurt me, because, knowing the haunt, knowing that he had this problem, I like, I'm his representation. I'm his rep in the industry. He could see someone of his color and say, look, there's someone I could be like, I could aspire to. And I felt so, let me go and do something about it. Let me go speak with them. Maybe it's a misunderstanding here. But I think we have to have the discussions about just, even people in their behavior and how they talk. Maybe it was a joke, but the joke is distasteful for that person because of what he's gone through. Do you feel as though Honor Against Hate could be the vehicle to start these discussions?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. People have to learn to use their words better and choose their words carefully. You know, it's like you have to be respectful. You know, watch what you say. You know, a lot of them, and I mean, there are older, honestly, and we've had this issue. There are even older LGBT people who, you know, don't want to use their pronouns properly. Oh, you know, we didn't do that in our day. It's like, well, you can learn.
Yeah.
It's really not difficult. You know,
it's so funny. There are forward-thinking companies out there that give a description. They give a reason why we're going to use this, and I thought that was helpful because when the pronouns came and hit the scene, let me tell you, I was off. I'm going to be real. Let me just talk about me for a second. I was off. I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, "What is this for?" What? I didn't get it. I didn't understand. I didn't know if it was. I was like, "Same thing. Is it needed?" I mean, I'm just being truthful. But then when you have the conversation and the understanding, then you're like, oh, okay. If this is, you know, no one doesn't want to act a fool on purpose. I don't think anyone, you know, maybe the young folks. I don't know. I'm just speaking. I don't know. And when I say young folks, please you guys don't email me or say, oh, Willie May is. Look, I'm young too, but you know, there's some young people out there that just don't care. You know, they care about themselves. But I think us as human beings do not want to walk the line being wrong all the time or being incorrect, right? We want to know, but some of it, you know, it may not resonate right away, right? How do we get them to? How do we kind of start? You know, and I ask this because I know this must be on your plate time and time in.
We're bound to make mistakes. That's how you learn. You learn by your mistakes. You know, I've misgendered people before, and they correct, and that's how you learn. It happens. We're human beings.
And I want to ask this question because I may not know. Excuse my ignorance. If you what do you say? I missed
misgender.
Misgender.
If someone prefers to go as they,
okay,
you say he, or you know,
right.
I prefer they. Okay, my mistake. That's how you learn. You know,
okay.
I've actually accidentally said, oh, you know, he. No, it's they. I'm sorry. That was my mistake. You told me wrong. I will work on that. Forgive me.
And we try to remember and we move on.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
It's like that was not intentional. That was not derogatory. I apologize. You know, I'm learning.
I mean, I think there's a big difference between like being an asshole and just being like, oh, my bad. You know?
Exactly. Right. You're not being deliberately malicious.
Yeah, I misgender people every day at my job, every day, because there's a lot of transitional people, and some people decide to switch every day, you know, and every other, I'm like when I do my group therapy, and I host group therapy, I'm like, listen, I'm gonna say the wrong pronouns. You're gonna forgive me because I don't word it like that, but I'm like, please forgive me. I'm gonna misgender you. Just hold me accountable and tell me, all right? And I'm gonna say sorry. I'm gonna apologize publicly if you want, but we're gonna get through this together. I ain't your enemy. I ain't trying to be mean or nothing, but you know, there's 30 of y'all. One of me, okay? Y'all running around, okay? There's too many. Exactly.
That's how you learn. That's all. It's like long as there's no maliciousness involved.
Gotcha.
No. Yeah. Good Lord said, love everybody.
Right.
You know,
people need to learn.
Right, and we need to lead with love first. So the Surgeon General recently had a report about mental healthness being an issue with social media. Do you agree? And what do you think the solutions are? Or what do you think the problems are?
I just think people get I think the problem with social media is, you know, I saw a post once, and it's so true. It's like, it showed like an apple. And it's like, on social media, you see the beautiful side of the apple, because that's all people post. They don't show the side of the apple that has the bite taken out of it. That's all missing.
Right.
So all you ever see is the beautiful side of the apple, and that's all people see on social media. So that's what you expect, is everyone's leading this perfect, beautiful life. And
do you think that people put too much in validation of a machine, a technology, of likes? Do you think that they are trying to find validation in other things than right at home, or just encouraging themselves?
Yes, I think, yeah. How many likes can I get on this? How many likes? Why can't I? It's like, yes, it's why. Why does it matter?
Why?
You don't know 90% of these people that are giving you the likes anyway. Who cares?
Who cares? Yeah.
And it's like, and my other thing is, why? And my friend, because it's like, and it's true. Why are you getting into arguments with people on the internet? It doesn't matter. You don't know these people. And I've learned that it's like, because how many times have Hunters Against Hate, how many times have I gotten trolls on my posts? It's like, and I used to let them get to me and get depressed. I'm like, why? They're winning if I let them get to me. Delete. It's not important.
Right.
It means nothing.
And on the social media aspect, look, we have age limit for drinking, driving, everything else under the sun. Parents, if your kid has an iPad or something, they have social medias, they're not ready for that stuff. Because look, I'm going to be honest. I'm a grown man. I'm 24. I stepped off of social media. I got off of everything, and it's made my life better because I ain't worried about this or that anymore. I know Willie's like mad at me. Hey, will you post this? I don't use that social media. I don't use it because I don't use them anymore. And let me tell you, it makes me feel so much better as a grown adult. And I don't know or could even imagine what that 13-year-old is going through, or whatever these young kids. Parents, these kids aren't ready for social media because they think that's what life is. You got to sit down and explain to kids, hey, look, you post your happy and your good points in your life. You don't post all your bad parts on the internet. It's not real life. Okay. Some of those people had a great day, but they go home and they're crying because they ain't really happy, but they felt like they wanted some validation. Because some people do that. They go post some images on Instagram and get some likes because they need some validation because they ain't internally happy. We got to understand that the internet, the way it has evolved, is not, in my opinion, is not safe for kids. First off, if you look up some of those child predator stuff, those hunters, it gets scary. I watched a guy, child predator, I dived deep into that real bad the other day. Within 5 minutes, he had a 47-year-old talking to a 13-year-old girl. 5 minutes. I am not lying. It scared me. I was like, man, we got to understand. Internet's don't restrict them from it, but limit it.
I want to say this because and Paul, agree with me if this is true statement. We like to project the validation. We need to, we want to be loved. We want to be liked. We want to fit in, and we project it on people and this technology, and we expect something back. When really, the household, the home should. Now, let's say someone comes from a broken home. We don't teach each other how to encourage themselves. I've learned from my parents, like, hey, not everyone's going to encourage you. You have to encourage yourself or find beauty in who you are as a person. And sometimes we need to be reminded that you don't need the likes, you don't need the follows and the shares. Who cares? And it's so funny. I just put a post out literally like not too long ago. Follow, share, subscribe, like, So this is kind of, funny to me. Because I'm contradicting myself, but I mean, really, but look,
it's a little different.
I don't. Well, hold on. Yeah, it is different, and I'm gonna say this: I don't look at it and I don't give it power. It's a tool for marketing.
Well, yeah, and I get that. That's how I
changed it.
It's hate. It's like I have to be on social media because of Hunters Against Hate. I do. Right. I'm a lot older than I'm sure both of you. A lot older. I didn't grow up with the internet. My escape was the movies, was books and stuff like that. We had to go outside and play in the street, kickball and stuff like that. That was my going out. That was my entertainment. And I appreciate that. And I'm really glad that's how I grew up. It's like, that's how it was. It's like, and I'm thankful. That's why I'm so into film and movies. And that's why
You don't see, you don't see kids going outside playing. You don't see them, they're playing video games. They're still, getting each account that they have to create an account, and then it's so crazy nowadays. And we just got to be reminded just that we're humans first, and we need to love first. And I ask these questions to you, Paul, because I do want to challenge you and the Organization of Hunters Against Hate to help develop a program that we can get behind you and support you in to keep educating us. Because again, there's some things that I don't know, and we need to be reminded that, and we need to know that there's a source here in our industry that can do it. I go to the Hunters Association all the time just to be reminded, or just to make sure my check finders are up to par. And so it would be nice to make sure that we have a program that haunt owners that do support it, that do want to make sure that their organization have a welcoming atmosphere.
Well, and
nice to have that.
Like off the top of my head, I can think of some major haunts in the United States that are very inclusive, like Zombie Army Productions in Hell's Gate.
Yes.
Like Dark Hour down in Plano, Texas.
Yes.
Like Fear Factory SLC in Salt Lake City. They're all very inclusive. Very.
Why is that with them?
Because they are very open-minded, they
got a heart.
They're very, very liberal people, and they want to be very inclusive. And it's just you look at Spencer at Fear Factory, you look at Alan Hobbs, you look at John LaFlamboy and how welcoming they are to everyone, and they're just awesome people.
It kind of breathes a successful results. Like I see a team that's so solid and strong, and the insecurities go away, where they're so secure of what they're doing, who they are, how they're going to work their shift, how they're going to bring creativity to their haunted houses. Do you think that other haunts can learn from this, and we can bring more of, hey, look, if we could take the negative out and just come together, you're building a stronger foundation for your haunt. I mean, you're saying it. I'm glad you mentioned that. Let me tell you, that just literally sparked something in me, because we take out the compartmentalized negativity and we bring everyone together. We talk to them as a family. We kind of find solutions as a family, and it builds confidence.
Yes, and it all flows together perfectly.
It all flows together.
Works well together, and everyone wants it to work so well that it ends up working so well.
I mean, inside out of the organization and out. I mean, I just feel as though that it starts from the core and then it goes out, and then you see that their haunt starts to thrive and survive. Their ticket sales are going up. People are now coming in because sometimes it could be you that's stopping that success of your haunt.
Do you feel like some of the bigotry is due to some lack of education?
Absolutely. But it's bigotry. I hate to say it, but I think in some cases it's also religion. I mean, people are very, very strict in their Christianity and their religious beliefs, and they will not bend. Even though a true Christian, it's like love everyone.
Right. It says it right there.
When it comes to that, I'm a Roman Catholic, born and raised, going to keep with it. But I got to say this, when you read down to it, Jesus said, "Love thy neighbor." He wasn't talking to the guy next door. He wasn't talking about that. He was talking to your common man. And so, no matter what that individual does, you got to express love to them. You don't have to forgive them. Not saying forgive everybody, because there's some things but you got to. It's a touchy situation, but you got to love people. Love people. That's what life is about. If you love everybody,
isn't it so much more draining? Hate, isn't it like more energy? Isn't it draining? Isn't it exhausting to spend so much energy on hate? Isn't that what causes cancer in people and
preaching
illness and everything? It's like, isn't it easier just to be kind and love people? It's just, it's like hate is just toxic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I want to talk about, let's shift gears here, and I want to talk about the book. So we have these awesome books. You're up to volume 9. What inspired that to happen as a tool to get out? Like, how did that come
What started it originally was the book of, not the Book of Haunters, but the calendar. I did a calendar.
Okay.
Back in 2019, I want to say. And I was like, I'm going to do a calendar. I think it'd be fun to do a Haunters Can Say calendar. And I put it out there, and I was like, I need 14 haunters, because I was going to do the 12 months and then like a front panel and a back panel. So I needed 14. So I put it out there on Facebook. I need 14 submissions. I got over 100 submissions for it.
Ooh.
I'm like, well, this is a problem.
Yep.
Because it's going to be tough to pick 14 pictures out of 100.
There's 100 months in a year.
Yeah, exactly. So I thought about it, and I did another calendar, and I'm like, let me look into possibly doing a book of haunters. So I did some research into publishing, and I was like, I'm going to see how a volume does. So I did a volume, and I put it together, and I did 100 copies, and it sold out like immediately. So I had to do a second printing. That sold out. I'm like, wow. Okay, I see what's going to happen here. I'm going to have to do a volume 2. And I did. And it just went from there.
So there's 9 volumes out right now?
Yeah. There are 9 volumes.
How many copies of volume 1 out there?
Oh, I would have to check. I generally stop after like 3 printings. Then I just stop. So I think that's 3 printings of that, but the fastest selling one was volume 6, which was the first volume of Female Haunters.
Wow.
That went the fastest.
What I love, I'm going to say this, what I love about Haunters Against Hate is that they're giving a place for people that are overlooked. And I'm saying this because when I got into the industry, I was the only one. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be real. I was the only one. I was like, hey, where's everybody? And so I didn't let it bother me. I was so happy to be to find this the best kept secret, I felt, and so I didn't let that stop me, right? So, but when I'm on a showroom floor and I see another Black person, I'm like, oh, what's up? Hey, what you doing? What's going on? And it's so funny because I do it purposely to let them know that we're here. Yeah. And it's not, our industry is growing. It's a $1 billion industry, and it's growing. Oh, yeah. And I wanted to see more different ethnicities come in and bring more stories of their lineage and their history from different parts of the world, bring it in into our haunt industry so that there's more storytelling.
Yeah. And who knew that it would end up on a billboard in New York City this year?
Right. And I love that. Tell us about that and how did that come about?
Well, the publisher had a competition across the country to submit a book, and a ton of books were submitted into this, and I decided to submit volume 9, and it was 40% was based on votes, and the 60% was based on this panel of judges. Mm-hmm. And I got the most votes, so I got the 40%, and that still was no guarantee. But the judges felt mine was the best book out of all of it. And next thing I know, it's on a billboard for a week in New York City.
How exciting was that for you?
It was surreal. They flew me to New York and everything.
Wow.
Yeah. So there I am, digital billboard in New York. Picture of me holding volume 9.
No way. That's awesome. That's awesome. What a great achievement.
Crazy. So my hard drive unfortunately failed on my iMac. So I had about 10 pages done on volume 10, so I have to restart it from scratch. But I'm starting on volume 10 right now, which is Haunters and Their Pets.
Oh, wow, that's going to be a seller. Where do you come up with these topics? Please explain your processes in coming up with these topics.
I just thought it would be a really cute idea. And I got Linda Blair. She said she would write the introduction.
Stop playing with me. That's so cool. No way.
Linda Blair and Nico Hughes, who played the little boy in the original Pet Sematary, because it's haunters and their pets.
That's real cool. That's awesome.
And I told Linda, because I've gotten to know Linda through the years, I said, part of the profits from Volume 10 I will donate to her pet rescue, her dog rescue, because it's only fair if she writes the introduction to my book.
That is amazing.
Let's go.
I'm so curious what pets other haunters have. Like, there's got to be some weird ones. Like, this is my pet finger monkey. There's got to be some cool ones.
Well, the submission so far, I've had like the haunters dressed up as their characters holding their pets, and I've had some with their pets in an outfit, with them holding their pets in an outfit. But my favorite so far, this is a bunch of the haunters in their haunt with a stuffed cat. With actors with their dead cat stuffed in the haunt.
No comment. No comment. I'm not gonna say.
It's in. I'm like, you got it.
You hear that, people? Listen, if you want to get published in the book, when that cat dies, stuff it.
Stuff
it.
Stuff it. Don't let it go. Stuff it. Don't bury it.
Dog stuff.
Don't flush it down the toilet. Just stuff it.
A unique book for sure.
Wow. We are weird, and I love it.
I know. I've gotten submissions with people with their pet tarantulas so far, snakes.
That's cool.
Dogs, cats, you name it.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Any big cats, like cheetahs and lions?
No.
So you mentioned on the show that you will be bringing back your Haunters Against Hate event. Where you? Do we have dates for that? Do we?
Not yet, but and I'll share this with you, even though I've not posted this yet.
Give us the exclusive. We're ready for it.
I am moving to Chicago in September.
Oh wow! Okay.
So that's a slight hint that probably my next event will be in Chicago next year.
Wow. Okay, let's do it. Chi-Town, let's do it.
That's a big move. Ain't you located in Kentucky?
I am.
Yeah. Okay.
But I have such a massive haunt following in Chicago.
Okay.
And I was just up there for 10 days, and it just behooves me at this point to move to Chicago.
Beautiful.
I think it will really help Haunters Against Hate big time to move up there.
Right.
So,
and you get tired of the cicadas and the heat and the tornadoes.
The heat more than anything. I would rather suffer Chicago winters than heat.
Yeah, same here. I mean, when I was up there, it was so sticky and humid. I didn't know what to do. I mean, Georgia is the same, but I mean, Kentucky, it gets crazy. And Tennessee, I told Gerard that everything bites, and when I leave Tennessee, I'm gonna have a gun to my hip, a cigarette in my mouth, and be more of a man. I swear. I see some things in Tennessee.
Lexington is fine, and it's been fine, but I kind of miss a big city because I grew up, born and raised in New York City.
Okay, yeah.
Lived in LA for 17 years.
Okay.
So, I kind of miss a metropolitan area. Not that I'm going to live right in the heart of Chicago. I probably will live in the suburbs of Chicago, because actually in the suburbs of Chicago is more where all the haunts are anyway.
Right. So it's right there. You'll get your people close by. You have the support.
And up there, everyone's like, we really want you up here, and we want Haunters Against Hate up there. And so I'm like, yeah, I think it's probably going to happen. So I may be making an announcement tomorrow.
Good. Good. So you talked about the organization being a nonprofit. How can one donate?
The best way is to go to hauntersagainsthate.com, and there you go. There's a circle on the main page, and you can click on that to make a donation, and it is tax deductible.
Beautiful.
And if you want, your email receipt is your receipt you can use for tax write-off, or if you want an official receipt, I could email your receipt as well. Okay. And if you saw, I just started. I did my new glam rock logo, which is a new 5 different variations.
For new shirt design.
New shirt design. It's a glam rock, which is 4 different colors and a 5th purple leopard look.
Nice. Let's go. Let's stand out.
Yeah, it's they're going over really well, and that's going to be the official 2024 logo look. So I'm starting to do patches, bumper stickers, pins. Are going to have this new glam rock logo.
Let's go. Let's do it. Glam me up, Paul. I'm ready to buy some stuff.
Take a look. You'll get a kick out of them. Everyone loves logos.
So you have shirts. You have the book of Hunters. You have an event.
Right now, the books are not available. They're all sold out.
They're all sold out,
especially because of the billboard. Volume 9's gone.
Wow. So when do we expect? When will we get to 10? Number 10.
Probably. I'm probably gonna have, especially if I'm gonna move, because that's gonna take time now.
Right.
So I'm gonna say not until November-ish.
Okay.
So.
It's coming up. It's around the corner. It's around the corner right after Halloween, you know. Okay. Well, that's good.
I said I wish I used to have a Saint Bernard. And I said if she was still alive, I would have taken a picture with like jelly all over her mouth with her like on me, and I would have done a picture of her like Cujo with me laying there for the book. That would have been hysterical.
That would have been so cool. That would have been awesome. Well, look, we appreciate you. Please, at this point, Gerard, do you have any more questions for Paul? I'm sorry, I jumped all around.
I got my last big question for you. What is Halloween to you?
Yes.
What is Halloween to me? It's a state of mind. It's a constant spooky feeling that I carry through all year. So it could be like July now, and tonight I'll put on Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
Yes.
And just to have in that state of mind, even though never mind, I won't talk about that movie still. Whatever. I like the soundtrack.
Oh, okay. That's all you're gonna say?
Mm-hmm. We'll leave it at that.
We'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. Awesome. So
I have a constant argument about that movie with one of my good friends. I just say one word to that. Stone.
And then you start something.
Yeah, exactly.
It breaks out. Listen, you have the last words. I want you just to tell everyone what's in your pipeline, what's next, how can they reach you, and again, that donation, because we want to make sure we continue that donation going to support Hunters Against Hate. Okay, are you ready? Okay, right after this. All right.
I'd say the best way to reach out to Hunters Against Hate is via the website, huntersagainst-hate.com. And I just actually want to thank everyone for the support through the years, these past 7 years. Without all of you, Hunters Against Hate wouldn't exist. It's your support, your caring, your enthusiasm that has kept it going. And from the bottom of my heart, I truly thank every single one of you. So thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for who you are and what you bring to our organization. Thank you for being that standard that we can know and uphold when we are just getting ready with our actors to scare people. You are Hunters Against Hate is an incubator to help the change agents and to give them more, I would say, fuel to keep going. We want to continue to, hunt at a time, inspire, and make sure that there's more change agents out there to do good in our industry. Okay, and I just and you are the first one out there that's doing it, and I say thank you to you. Hats off to you, and keep doing it. And whatever we can do here at Yep, That's Scary to support you, you just let us know. All right. Thank you so much, Paul, for the time. I'm going to call you. And I want to just have a discussion because I feel as though there's so much that I want to say that I can't say here. And I was trying to be politically, correct. But I think I can help get behind you in these programs that we can really just say, even if people don't want them, hey, it's out there. And now there's a source so that we can continue to educate and get everyone just knowing and how to be better and do better. So thank you so much, Paul.
My pleasure.
You have a good day, and yeah, I'll be talking to you soon.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
Thank you. You've been a fantastic person.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Bye-bye. Wow. What a man, I can say so much. His stories were amazing and touching because, you know, we forget that people go through any struggle, you know, with an identity crisis, and that there's someone there just to be there and to make sure that there's just support and that they know that they're loved. And I'm glad that there's an organization out there, and we just need more of it. We could be so fickle in our organization, in our industry, and so I'm glad that there's someone that just, hey, let's be a family. So thank you so much, Paul. Okay,
you know,
go ahead.
You know, we were having this discussion last night at work about trying to change the world. You know, like how can we? You know, you want to change the world, and you got it starts with us. You know, and it starts with your perspective.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we were talking about because the line of work. We work in a hospital and a behavioral health hospital. I'm like, sometimes they're like, man, I just don't feel like we're doing anything, this or that. Like, no, man, we're doing big things. You just not got the right perspective. You got to appreciate what we're doing for these individuals and how we're helping them. We might not change the world, but we might give that individual the courage to get out of the situation they're in to make a difference that can change. And even a simpler perspective to put it into. Yeah. The man filled that pothole up. Too many people go to that man. Thank God you're finally fucking here. I done had to do 2 alignments on my truck. Stop complaining about that, because that man, and that's all he hears. Like, fucking, I'm just a little lonely pothole fill. No, man, you're changing people's lives, even at minute days, because that's a single mother who couldn't afford a new alignment. And thank God you filled it up that day because she drove over that pothole.
Right.
You are changing people's lives every day, and even if it's small amounts. So it's about your perspective and what we do on the outside. You do good outwards, we're going to do good for everybody, you know?
Right. And then sometimes we just don't need to worry. We don't have to have that, you know, I don't give up attitude and I'm just going to do me. And that's why I say about the young people, they want to do you. So I'm just going to do me. It's not all about you. There's a bigger picture here. And we need to just love on each other. And it's hot. I mean, look, we scare people for a living. We like to scare. That's the common denominator. Moments. Let's take out the hate.
And that's a beautiful thing when people do, because for that 20 to 30 minutes or that hour they're at your haunt, they ain't worried about this going on outside.
Worried about it.
They ain't worried about it. Because guess what? For that $20 or whatever it costs to get in your haunt, for the next hour and a half, whatever it is, all I'm worried about is, please don't, did I drink too much water? Am I going to piss myself? You know, that's all you're worried about. Or like, okay, buddy, okay. She's new, you know, you taking a girl out, you taking a boy out, whatever you're taking, you let's show her a good time, you know? That's all that matters. And it's good things that matters.
Yeah. Not worrying about those bills, and they're enjoying that haunt that you created. So let's just remember those perspective when we're, you know, auditioning our scare actors coming up. I mean, now look, we got scare actor auditions coming up for a lot of haunts, and they are getting in their audition notices that, and I'm excited for it because. And
you can go to facebook.com/scareactorsauditions and post them.
There it is, guys. You can go.
You are ready with that.
I'm on the ready. Look, bro. Like, look. We don't have a production manager. That's why I'm flopping through all these cues like crazy. But let me tell you this. I'm going to hold it down for this one here because that was started with love to help us get jobs and understand what's happening in our industry. And so, yeah.
This has been an emotional episode.
It is an emotional episode, but I think it's a conversation that we need to have. And I hope our big takeaway, you know, is to understand what this organization can do and what they're got going in for the future. Also, I want to make sure that there's programming and education being led because we need that. I mean, again, we're all, this is a Wild West. Our industry is the Wild West, and everyone is in their own little mind, you know, in their own little channel, their own little pathway. And it's good to have an organization that can give, you know, some insight to how to treat people better. And that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Man, a couple times, like, don't cry, don't do it, because Yeah, exactly, because I'm sitting here because when he's talking, I'm picturing something like I don't have kids, but I have kids because of what I do for a living. And I'm picturing kids from like 4 or 5 years ago getting into this. I'm like,
right,
damn.
And then not only that, but we've all been there. We've all been on either a spectrum of bullying where we're like, yo, you know what I mean? Or being not included. You know what I'm trying to say? Gerard, I know you have.
Yeah. So I'm just like, it's nice to hear there's people sticking out for the little man. You know?
Yes. So, you know, look, you guys, anything that you guys can do to support Hunters Against Hate, please do. You know, they are, you know, they have the right thoughts and heart and mind in place to make sure that we support one another, because there's a lot going on in our young generation. They need it right now. That's for real. So are you ready to tell the news of what the news that we got coming up here? Our little thing that we're doing. I'm ready to tell some good news. That's what I'm about to say.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm trying to think of which news we're talking about.
I don't know. Yeah, because there's so much. I know, right? There's so much that we're doing. Look, you guys, if you guys are listening and watching, we've been working so hard to make sure our programming for Yep, That's Scary is awesome for you. We want to make sure that we build a cool, strong horror family as well. And we're doing our best. And not only that, but we're making great connections. And I am so excited to talk about some news for you for supporting us. So let me get my little script back up. You thought I skipped it, but I didn't. I didn't skip it. Okay. Over here at Yep, That's Scary, we are always grateful for the men and women who served and protect our nation and for our Declaration of Independence. So for all our viewers, listeners, and supporters, we are giving you 2 bonus shows right after our federal holiday. And that is, you guys ready? You ready? Let's do it. Let's bring it to them. Woo! Yep, That's Scary has 2 bonus shows right after 4th of July. We have actor Craig David Dowsett, who plays Pooh from Blood and Honey, is coming on our show to talk about his process in playing this villain, if you haven't seen it yet. Also, it's a special guest, and we're not going to tell you who's coming on, but there's going to be more. I mean, look, the show's starting at 5:30 p.m. because he's in the UK.
Eastern Standard Time, but he's in the UK, guys. So it's a little bit early for that show. But we're going to try to do our best. But the time slots are like changing and it's growing because of the special guests that are going to be on the show talking. And this is going to be a fun show. You guys don't want to miss it. But we're bringing that to you guys Thursday, July 6th at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then we have, okay, my man, I just met this guy. He is crazy, but he loves horror. Event producer Billy Middlestad, who is the producer of Tidewater Horror Convention, Maryland Pop and Horror Con, and Georgia Pop and Horror Con. Sorry, my mic is falling. And we're bringing him on Friday, July 7th. And we're going to be giving away some tickets to the show. You guys tune in and enjoy these bonus shows that we got for you. We want to do something from the bottom of our heart for our supporters. We want to bring you guys people that you guys want to see. We got some more guests coming in. We are leveling up with Yep, That's Scary. We're blessing up, and I'm so excited. But it takes hard work, and we are doing hard work here, and that's why you see us half tired, fumbling through our words, because we're keeping up, calling people, emailing people, and there's so many people that are going to be coming in. Why don't we pick people in other time zones? Like you got the guy from UK, the person I sent. I'm praying to God we get this individual
from Australia.
From Australia, I'm like, man. I mean, as we can see, my text was at like 2 or 3 in the morning. I found the email, and I had a couple runs.
You know why? Because Yep, That's Scary. You know why? Because Yep, That's Scary is international, player. And we're going to have some people. I mean, look, Canada knows us and London knows us already. So, I mean, come on. And the Philippines. They're one of our big supporters here at Yep, That's Scary.
You know what? I'm going to see what I can do out in the Philippines hunting-wise, because I need a vacation.
Don't do that. Not over here. Anyways, but again, you guys, 2 big bonus shows coming right after 4th of July. We got Craig. I just watched Blood and Honey. You're gonna watch it? Are you gonna watch it?
Yep.
Okay. But yeah, I just watched it. It was cool how they did it. It was unique. I'm not gonna say much because we're gonna talk about it on the show.
It's very fun to see the masks. I know it is because that's one of the things that the trailers that shocked me because I know where the masks come from.
Right, we know where the mask come from. It comes right within our industry, y'all.
I think I've worn the Pooh mask before.
And what was so funny was they revealed the mask first before the movie came out. So when the movie came out, we're like, and let me tell you, the movie was a viral sensation because you're taking a classic children's story and you're making it into a horror, and they did that, and they grabbed some recognition there. So, and then we got the event producer Billy Metalstead that's coming in, and let me tell you this: his shows are tripling literally for 2024 already. That we're going to talk about why horror cons are being more popular, and people are showing up for it.
So Friday, July 7th, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. That's a late night. Are we doing a drinking episode?
We can do a drinking episode. He drinks. We can drink. Everyone wants to drink. Yeah, if you're gonna watch the show, we're gonna put some posts out. Get a drink in your hand. Cheers. You deserve it.
You know what? Okay, for everybody listening right now, if you say what's the word we should tell them to say?
I don't. Well, we'll do it.
Octopus. If you type in octopus, no. If you type in octopus, no. It's for these. It's for the people who watch this episode. You put octopus. No, actually, if you say Hunters Against Hate, we'll take a drink.
There you go.
Hunters Against Hate. You type in Hunters Against Hate on the comments.
Why
we'll take a drink.
Why are you saying this now, though? It won't make sense for the 7th.
Because guess what? I speak from the heart, not the brain.
You guys, this is what I deal with on a daily matter. Like, it's Gerard, man. Okay. All right. So before we wrap up, I want to share this video here. It's our scary clip of the week. Our buddy Josh Evans sent this in. He didn't send it in. I stole it from him because I thought it was clever. Check it out.
That's what we were going for. That is freaky.
You control me, Chucky. I'll be your friend.
Hi, I'm Chucky, and I'm your friend to the end. Go. Hey, wanna play? I like to be hugged. How does he go?
Like, am I seeing things like?
Are you controlling him? That's yours.
No, I forgot to put the batteries in.
First of all, Josh Evans is a great horror creative out there, just doing it for fun and love. And I just love that he did this because it shows that someone like wants to just make their day, whether it's a scare or it's a laugh. He's making their days, and that's awesome. I thought Chucky was going to get punted by that one black guy that kind of got scared, that startled by Chucky. But what would you do if Chucky was going at your local Walmart?
I pray. I'm the whole time I'm watching. I'm like, God, I wish Evan would see this, because Evan is scared to death of Chucky. Like, he refuses to watch the movies.
Is he as big as he is? I mean,
yeah. Wouldn't that just be funny seeing Evan's big 6'7" ass running?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You gotta understand, Evan's boot is the size of that doll. He wears like a size 18
I didn't know
or
he was
20.
that scared of Chucky. Now that I know, we're gonna have to pay Evan a little visit. But I just want to say here, we're so excited for our next shows that's coming up. The 2 bonus shows revealed today, and of course, our regular time show happening every Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. From the cast and the crew of Yep, That's Scary, we want to wish our viewers, listeners, and supporters a safe and happy 4th of July. Thank you to our guest, Mr. Paul Lanner, and to the co-host, Gerard.
Hey.
I also want to, what?
Y'all drink, don't drive this year. It ain't about you at that point, because if you want to pay $17,000 for DUI, you do you. But it's about them families. It's about them kids shooting off fireworks. Don't drink and drive. Call an Uber. Sleep in your car. But remember, if you sleep in your car, put your keys in the back seat where you cannot reach them, so it's not a DUI. Be smart. Be safe.
And no celebratory gunfire too. That's shooting up in the air. Georgia has that a lot, and the bullets are landing and killing kids. So, also I want to thank our viewers that are with us live. Thank you guys for being on the show, and our listeners listening to our podcast at home, work, or driving in transit. We appreciate you for your love and support. Please remember to follow, like, subscribe, and share our social media accounts so that we can continue to engage while building our horror family. Until next time, guys, stay scary.
Catnip.
No, I knew you were going to say something, so that's why I didn't hit it yet. But now I'm going to hit it.
Yo,